Okay, part 2.
Yeah.
Part 2.
Part 2.
We're going to do it slideshow fashion this time.
Yes.
So we can see the pictures better. Because that's one thing I realized. This is a building, and that's a building. Some pretty neat buildings. There's some poltergeist activity going on in this window. There's some more buildings, and I think these were like outhouses. I don't even know. That could be completely wrong. Here's a merry-go-round. There's our tour guide with his cool little flag. He would walk us like primary children or something down the street like that with his flag and like caution all the people. Be like, there are Americans. He didn't actually say that, but he might as well have. Paris 2021. I don't know what that's for. But hey, you know. Here's some cool cars. Again, I never deleted pictures, so here's a good example. You can see the Notre Dame from the side. This is the steeple.
That's cool.
And that's the little bell tower thing. There's the Seine. It's a pretty neat river. It's pretty neat. Somebody's elbow. That's a nice looking elbow. There's the Seine again. My favorite thing was these stairs to nowhere. And then wait for it. We'll get to a better picture. No parking.
Just can't park in the river.
Don't park in the river.
This is Indiana, people.
There's a deli or diner. I don't know what to call it. There's this little restaurant thing right by the Notre Dame. And it's called the Quasimodo.
Oh, cool.
I don't know if it's any good. We never went there. But I know I do have a really crappy picture of that restaurant somewhere. But this is where all the Parisians live. Now this is the Notre Dame. This is my favorite part of France. Because who doesn't love the Hunchback of Notre Dame, first of all? And I always,
a lot of detail.
Yeah, I always just appreciated the detail that went into these. Because imagine like what that would have taken so long ago. It would have been a lot harder than it would be today.
Oh, yeah.
We ended up being able to go inside the Notre Dame, I think, the day after this. So that was pretty cool. I bought a cool little journal thing that's like has embroidered like beads on it. It's pretty cute. Here's a really good freaking picture. You know, good angle, good wide shot there.
Mm-hmm.
I like this lady right here. If it's a lady, I don't know. Her sass. Look at that sass, you know? And then look at all these tourists. This is actually what it's like to stand under it. You have to look all the way up in order to see any of it. Here's a good picture of all of it. So, yeah, and a bird. Photo bombing a bird. Picture. I had some really good pictures, and then I had some really not so good picters. I'm just saying.
It's almost. Oh, that's my favorite. Look at all that cloud.
And plus, it has Nick in there. I think that was his name. He was my chaperone. See, I told you, I don't remember a lot. Here's a green light, you know, very modern, très moderne, you know. There's no entree sign, no entrees, booze. There's something to make all of the French speakers a little bit crazy.
Entrees, booze.
No entrees, booze. I think his name was Matt, and that is Kylie, and that is somebody else. Look at all these Asian people. You know.
We're just chilling in France.
We're just all chilling together. There's a really old building. Yeah. I don't remember what it was, but there's a security cop guy, I think. That's the Notre Dame at night if it weren't for this freaking tree right here that were blocking my jam. There's a random couple talking about life. And there's those stairways again.
Stairway to nowhere.
Stairway to heaven. Except downwards, and it's into a river. That's all good.
So the highway to somewhere else?
Yeah. Here is a cool picture of I think it was a fountain at one point or something, but I missed the explanation because I was playing with the nighttime settings on my camera. So,
Nice.
whoops. There's another cool building that I don't
Looks like
remember
you got the
what
hang
it
of
is.
your nighttime settings, though.
Yeah. I did eventually. It took a minute. I think I deleted the really crappy pictures. But here's a blurry picture of a gate.
Yeah. It's the same building.
Trying to think of any stories I have from this night. I think I was just so tired that everything was kind of boring, surprisingly.
Paris colors.
Paris colors. And he told us that that's not always like that.
On the Notre Dame.
Notre Dame at nighttime. That was a different building that the Paris colors were on.
Oh, gotcha.
I think my favorite part of the Notre Dame is this little like flower thing that they have going on. Oh, and story time. Do you notice how there's a triangle and then there's these rounded ones down there?
Mm-hmm.
It has to do with like they wouldn't make buildings perfect so that they would like it would I think it was something along the lines of like it would show that life is imperfect and that I think it was like Christ is the only perfect person.
Oh, cool.
So they
maybe
made
that
it
one tried.
imperfect on purpose. So I thought
That's
that was pretty
cool.
neat, and I never noticed that until he pointed it out, even after I'd taken all those pictures earlier in the day. And there's some gargoyles from, the movie. We were walking really fast because it started raining, and we had to get to the ATM before going back to the hotel. So they were like, they would not stop to take pictures at all. And I was so interested because, like, look at that stained glass. And it's so pretty. Like, pictures do not do justice for the stained glass. But I had really good, like, it was really kind of foggy, but because it was, like, raining. And, yeah, when they were running, and I got, like, left behind a little bit. I was in the back. Those are an example of the bells that are in the tower. That, Quasimodo did. I did a really artsy picture of umbrellas while we were waiting at the ATM.
I like rain pictures.
Mm-hmm. I don't know. That's a street. It's a street sign. Their street signs are intense in Paris. And there's parking on the Port of Italy. I think this is when we were taking a bus ride around Paris.
Nice.
And we were just kind of like seeing all the things. So I have a bunch of really crappy pictures from this because when you're taking pictures inside a bus and all the interesting things are on the opposite side of the bus, you end up taking pictures of the people taking pictures of the things outside of the bus.
Ah.
So that's fun. See, you can see the bus here on the left side. Here's a cute little park. Little cute park where there was nobody because it was like, I don't know, I think it was a Saturday. Maybe it was a Friday, I think, actually.
Gotcha.
40 euros a month for hearing aids, people. The latest technology. So, I don't know. I think I took pictures of that because the balconies were cool. I was also taking pictures of everything. So there's like this guy unloading freight onto the street for, I think it was probably that. So it's like a garage sale, but not, it's like a store. I don't know.
Cool.
All the entree-vous signs.
It's probably important to have those signs. I would drive the wrong way.
Yeah, they have a bunch of one-way streets because like the streets are so narrow.
Mm-hmm.
There's like the Capitol building, pretty much. These are like, I think, Roman ruins that they were like revamping for some reason. So there's some really crappy pictures of it, but I don't remember what they were. But not like, I don't know, maybe Roman ruins?
They're really pretty,
European,
whatever they are.
Super old ruins of something. Okay, let's have a lesson here for Misha and the camera. Don't make everything 45-degree angles. Okay? Okay, Misha. That was your Misha time, camera time. There's a Notre Dame again. Yeah, so I really like these floral-looking things.
I do too, actually. They remind me of flowers on the outside of the Brigham City Temple.
Yeah?
They have these flower stained glass windows. They're supposed to be peach blossoms.
Oh, that's cool.
They have this big peach thing. They have a peach fair every year.
See, I took a lot of pictures of the Notre Dame because it was my favorite
That's
thing.
because the Notre Dame's awesome.
It is.
Yeah, it is.
Yeah, it is.
People say the Eiffel Tower was the best part of Paris.
It's-
No, they're wrong.
The Eiffel Tower, to be honest, is kind of a letdown.
It
It's
really is.
not as cool as you think it is. Like, you go and you see it and you're like, okay,
Okay, that was cool.
great.
Yeah. Apparently it was like $10 to go on top of Notre Dame, but I was like,
Yeah.
eh. And now I'm like,
Why didn't I do
you
that?
idiot!
Yeah.
Like I should have gone
Yeah,
on
we
the
didn't
top.
get to go up to the bell tower, but we got to go inside it.
Which is way cool.
Dude, the inside of that place was so
It's
cool.
so nice, and like the stained glass is so pretty that like you can take pictures all you want, but it's not gonna do any
Yeah.
justice to it.
Literally. Like,
So like there's some pictures of stained glass.
So we had this conversation before too. Disney really tried to do a really good job with the stained glass, but they just can't do it justice.
You just can't. I
you
don't.
just-
And
yeah.
it's amazing that they did it so long ago like that. So yeah, there's certain areas inside the Notre Dame that you can take pictures in, and then there's certain areas set aside. So like where this rope is here, that's set aside for like worship or
Worship, yeah.
prayer,
Uh-huh.
and then you can like pay to light candles and things. And they make a lot of money off of the tourists too, I'm sure. In the Notre Dame, there's like these little alcoves, so you'll go like down like these hallways, and there's alcoves like this,
Mm-hmm.
and like it has different things inside each one. So like this one. So there's a kind of okay picture of the stained
This is
glass.
so great. We went back like 3 times, but we never went on it, and I'm like, idiots.
Yeah, if I ever go back. See, I did my best, but stained glass, it
so
was
much
so
detail.
pretty.
Yeah.
And because of the way the lighting is, you just can't. And then they have, like, real coffins in there. So there's
Mhm.
really people buried inside
Right.
there, which
In
kind of is weird, but, you know,
Yeah. They're crypts.
a little bit creepy.
Just a little bit.
You can kind of see what's on the stained glass there, biblical stories and things.
That's awesome.
And there was, like, a replica of the architecture of it.
Oh, cool. I like the Salt Lake Temple.
Yeah.
The visitor center there.
There's a guy praying till like at night, shining armor or something. So there's very many chairs in there, because I would imagine that on days of like mass and things, I would imagine it would be extremely packed.
Mm-hmm. Don't expect any famous cathedral anywhere.
Yeah,
Cathedral of the Madeleine.
yeah, even
Expect to
even
have
the one
a
in
large audience.
even the one in Salt Lake, you know, I'm pretty sure it's
Mhm.
relatively packed, especially Christmas and Easter. People.
Oh yeah. It's packed. Probably have to go over an hour early just to get seats.
The thing with stained glass too is that like the way that they have it, you can't see it from the outside very well.
Unless it's nighttime.
Yeah, but on the inside, oh my goodness! So they have like the flower shaped
I love those
kind of
flower
stained glass
ones, yeah.
windows. And here are my efforts of trying to get some sort of picture of this
Right.
stained glass. There are the gargoyles in the daytime fashion.
Yeah.
They also act as rain spouts, you know.
Uh-huh.
So, like I think in the movie they have like him spitting out water or something.
Uh-huh.
Can't remember. Oh, and then on the back side or the front side, whichever one you want to call the back, the front, the side that's not the bell towers, they have this really pretty like garden out front with all these
Oh, nice.
cubed shaped trees.
The cube-shaped
And-
trees weirds me out.
Yeah,
Man.
that's like a France
These
thing.
France
They just
people.
love doing that.
They do.
So I was trying to get a picture of like the whole thing without
Mhm.
trees in the way. So here you will see
That's so pretty, though.
all of the
Look at
Thames.
that.
Yeah, it's very gothic, you know.
Gorgeous, yes.
And
Definitely
it's hard to
surprising.
get pictures in France without other tourists being in your pictures.
That's impressive that
It's
you've
like
got nobody
impossible.
in that.
Well, there's someone right there.
Oh, I didn't see them. They could have blended.
What are
with
they even
clouds.
taking pictures of? You know,
You-
they're facing the wrong
They're
way.
taking pictures. of you.
What?
There's like this person taking a picture down here, and they're not even like They're facing the total opposite way of the cathedral. Like they're taking pictures the opposite way.
You can see they're looking at their phone. I don't know, man. They're in all of these pictures.
My
Now that you said
phone
something.
ringeth. I got it. So there's.
Run into like anybody that was like taking like wedding pics.
No, I didn't. Did you?
We ran into a couple. I was like,
Oh, that's funny.
Not like a couple, but like.
That's really cool though. That even though the trees are super weird and square, that like
Dude, I love
you have
those
that
trees.
you have that like view of just under all the trees.
Oh, that's cool.
Let's see who's in my. Oh, Allie's in my hotel room for. You're not, but
I'm with Sarah and Jessica. Who's Jessica Snow?
I don't know. And Eva.
And Eva.
I know everybody in my
Who's
room.
that?
That's awesome. I don't know. Here's some good pictures of the thing. Now that we've gone off on a tangent of
Yeah.
who's
I like
in our
it.
hotel rooms for the conference. What is that thing even? The tour thing. I don't know.
Mhm.
This is the bridge of Saint Michel. That the road that you would, if you were to turn right on, that's a bridge. And I thought that this clock was pretty neat. I don't know if it was actually accurate. It looks like it might be. You know, and I was surprised when I was in Paris that it didn't rain more than it did. It rained like one night.
Really?
Yeah, and it was Paris in the springtime, people. Like, it's supposed to be raining constantly, but when we were there, it was one day. Even, like, because when my parents, like, my family went on a trip to Seattle, the same thing happened. It didn't rain. Like, it rained zero.
When we went to Seattle, it rained all but one day.
Yeah.
I don't think it
I
stopped
guess-
raining except for that one day.
We just get, like, the best luck with rain. And when we were in Washington, too, it never rained. It was
Yeah.
foggy sometimes, and it was humid, but...
It rained once when we were in Washington, but we were there for a week. So. It was very humid in Virginia. We had like mist and like 80% humidity when we went, but
Yeah. Humid, man. I can't do humidity. Not my
Oh.
thing.
I can't either. You can tell I'm a Utah person.
Yeah. When I went to Florida over the summer, my hair was crazy. It was so bad. And like it was kind of long. I needed to get it cut. So it was just all over
like
the
curly
place.
and crazy.
Yeah.
I could see your hair doing that.
I think this is the part where I got pictures of a bunch of people.
Yeah.
I just kept getting pictures of the seats because they're like, now look to your left. And I'm like, can we stop looking to the left? I'm sitting on the right side of the bus. Look
That's
at
a
like
cool
the
picture.
cobblestone on the street.
I like it. That's pretty
neat.
fancy.
It's pretty fancy. And then the Louvre is to the left.
Yeah. I like the Louvre.
Looking for it. The Louvre. Louvre. Louvre.
Louvre.
Almost.
I'm almost there. I have to practice every day. Louvre.
Yeah, that was good. Nice. You'll get it. Every single time we take a video, we'll get that. So
Get a better Louvre.
these are the Galeries Lafayette.
Yeah.
They're like, it's like the Mall of America, but in France. Basically,
Café
it's like
de la Paix.
it's like the mall. There's a cool statue at the end of the street. I've always wondered how the buses get down these streets because they're relatively narrow. Compared to the U.S., the streets are very big here.
Bus drivers are very, very, very nifty people.
Oh yeah, there was a time we had to back into like where the hotel was. I think it was like our last hotel we
Oh
stayed
yeah, we
at.
had to do that on tour
They
too.
he backed up into it and he was so good at it. He didn't hit anything and it was like about as narrow as like the bus is wide.
Right? I know we had to do that when we went on tour too. San Diego though, oh my goodness, their streets are very narrow all over San Diego. And our buses are just like driving up and down these super narrow and really steep streets and roads. And I'm like, goodness gracious, these guys are crazy.
I think this building, I don't know what it was, but I think I just kept holding down the button to take the picture because I had like 5 in a row that like were barely shifted. Bathrooms, I think.
Bathrooms?
Bathrooms.
Bathrooms?
Bathrooms are not free in France, and they're very rarely found. There's the Eiffel Tower.
Alright.
There's the Eiffel Tower.
Alright, the Eiffel Tower. It's okay.
There's the Ferris wheel.
Like the moody clouds in the background.
Oh yeah, very.
That's a lot of awesomeness to it.
If you look very closely, you'll see the Arc de Triomphe and down the street.
Oh, I see it.
And there's some trees that aren't cubed,
Yeah.
so that's nice.
10 points to France on that one.
Just normal looking trees. This is the museum that had some Rodin in it at the time. I don't know if it always had Rodin in it, but
What are Rodin?
he's an artist. He's a sculptor.
Uh-huh.
He's a sculptor.
He is a sculptor.
He's a sculptor.
I see.
Art Paris Art Fair. Art. Making us sound like seals over here.
Yeah.
The memories that I don't remember very well. There's a guy fighting a Pegasus.
That's cool.
Hercules.
Is that Hercules? That's what I was thinking of. Hercules.
Does he have a tower closer? We'll get there later. I think it was later on this day. I really wish that I had taken more videos when I was in France. That I had taken my camcorder or something. Because videos to me just seem more real than, like, pictures.
Pictures, yeah.
There's Air France.
Air France.
Not an airport.
Oh, what was it?
I think it was like an army museum or something. Here's the army museum. Has a nice little cannon in the front.
To let you know that it's an army museum. Hey, that's like my favorite color.
And I don't think there was a single building that we were at that didn't have scaffolding on it. Because they're always, like, blasting the limestone
Oh, yeah.
to make it cleaner. To wears away the crap that's on it.
Uh-huh. That's how it was when we went to DC, too. We went to the Capitol building, and I have very rarely seen pictures that were taken by tourists there that did not have a whole bunch of scaffolding in it.
Yeah, they're always doing something to the buildings. Like, even castles we went to, and they had scaffolding on the castles. My favorite city that we went to was called Azay-le-Rideau, and it's just this tiny town that is so, like, stereotypical France, and it has this castle in it, and it's like this very pretty, like, historical castle and everything, but nobody really lives in this town. It's, like, smaller than Ephraim, but it's more, like, cottagey village feel, you know?
Uh-huh.
Someday I'll be able to breathe, but I don't think today's going to be that day.
Someday you'll find it, the oxygen connection of breathing.
So yeah, there's the Rodin Museum.
And cold.
So I guess it always does have the Rodin in it. I don't know. The way that they had like the banners over it makes it look like it's not always.
Right.
Yeah. Kind of like the BYU Museum that only, like sometimes has things and sometimes it always has things.
Right. I think the gold work on the dome on that.
And I don't know what this is. I wish that I had been paying more attention. They asked us if we wanted to get out and look at it, but we were like, nah. Wish we would have, though. I think we were running out of time or something. I can't seem to get a good angled picture. Everything is just slightly offset.
It's slightly offset, but it's still a pretty good picture.
I took a photo class in 7th grade, and I didn't really learn much from it. So.
I mean, you and everyone else who ever takes a photo class.
Yeah, it's true. My parents bought me this purple Vivitar that was like paper's width, and it was the crappiest camera. You could throw it from like a 50-foot building. and nothing would happen to the camera. But apparently, if you put the SD card in the wrong way, it breaks as soon as you get it. So Merry Christmas, here's a broken camera.
Fun.
It's the Eiffel Tower, and one of the girls taking a picture of the Eiffel Tower on her phone.
That's a cool picture, actually.
I only got one picture of the Eiffel Tower on my phone. Oh, and there's those cube trees again. Because we love those.
Trees, they're so weird.
We just love the cubes.
They look unnatural.
They do. It's also hard to get a picture of the Eiffel Tower without there being a tour bus in it.
I could see it.
Oh, and at night, Paris is sketchy as heck. Because, like, during the day, there's not a lot of people. But at nighttime, for whatever reason, I guess because of the
Paris
Eiffel
is
Tower,
about
like,
the nightlife.
Yeah, it is. Oh, my goodness. Like, because this was in the morning. And, like, nighttime, there's so many people in the streets. It's like as if you were going to Salt Lake City during the Christmas lights.
Oh, no.
It's like that.
That's crazy.
Except here there's gypsies everywhere, too. Trying to steal your stuff.
Yeah.
There's a really crappy picture of me with the humid hair that I have going on.
I like it.
We were wearing skirts and dresses and things because we were going to go to the Paris Temple later in the day.
Nice.
So, yep, crappy
Cute.
picture of Bisha time.
Cute.
That's
all of it.
My French teacher took these pictures, so shout out to her for making them look good. And there's another girl that I went with. I think her name was Addie, but, I don't remember.
Exactly.
See, there's my French teacher and then one of the other French teachers that we went with from a different school.
Cute.
Dear friends. I think I was just taking pictures of the Eiffel Tower and then people kept standing in it.
It happens. Like that car that's moving slow-mo in the background.
Yeah.
That's a good picture, though.
The clouds just made all of the pictures that I ever took.
Right? Clouds make a big difference.
It's a fountain. We would just sketchily cross the street and the French teacher would go, "Stop doing that." Look across the street before you go. And we would just keep walking across the street. We're just like, bye, if we get hit, whatever. They were selling crepes down there, obviously, because it's France and it's the Eiffel Tower. But it would have taken 15-20 minutes for the crepes to be ready. So we were like, just kidding, we'll get some when we come back. But then it's nighttime. And it's worse.
Gotcha. Did you get crepes anywhere else?
Yeah, we did. We got, I think, a couple times.
Oh, good.
I don't remember much of what I ate when I was in France, so.
What?
Yeah.
In France.
I know. Because what I was focused on was the stuff that we were seeing. For instance, this weird thing with a purse in its mouth. Louis Vuitton bags.
Weird.
I Heart Paris, and then everything in that store probably says I Heart Paris on it. Let's be real.
Let's be real.
They totally stole that from New York.
You did.
Because it wouldn't say I Heart Paris. It would say, Je Heart Paris. Oh, here's the Arc de Triomphe. I think. We didn't really see it very well. We looked at it from the bus, and then we moved on. It was kind of sad, but hey, what you gonna do? We had a lot of things to see in a little small amount of time.
What you gonna do when they come for you?
Bad boys, bad boys.
What you gonna do?
There's a lot of naked people, so nudity disclaimer part 2.
Yes. Some casual naked staging. It's good.
It's all good. Yeah, and I was on the wrong side of the bus that day. I really should have sat on the other side, but all of the seats on that side were taken.
Rude. Should have kicked somebody out and be like, hey,
Yeah.
you can sit over there, kid. Come do your seat.
There's a lamppost and a barren tree. You know what I I just had a thought. Why are these trees barren and the other ones have tons of leaves and it's like March?
It depends on the season for the tree. Some trees are winter seasonal, some of them are summer seasonal, some of them are spring seasonal. So it just depends on the season for the tree.
Interesting. I wish we would have had more time to see the Arctic Trails, but we didn't really, so. And I think this is where we might end our video here.
Yeah?
Yeah. So that's going to be it for now, folks.
All right, folks. Well, thanks for having us.
Yeah. And all that stuff. Bye.
Bye.